Alright. What's up? What's up? Oh man. It has been a hell of a day. I'm telling you. Let's see. Okay. Getting some stuff taken care of, and then I will begin. So, all right. So, hope everybody's doing all right. Having a good, decent day. It is, man, the fucking temperature just switched heavy, like out of fucking nowhere, man. Holy shit. Went from a relatively, I guess, mild winter, at least for this region. And then, oof, kind of a little bit off the chains, I hope it's as, I feel like it's happening everywhere though, It feels like everybody I know got hit with this like crazy downshift of weather. But yeah. So today I'll kind of be, I don't know, espousing my thoughts, kind of putting some of this stuff in kind of put some of this stuff, espousing. Yeah. Kind of just putting this stuff out there. Espouse, is that like an online way? Yeah. Getting an online harem going, That's the dream of every content creator. Jesus Christ. It's actually a problem in the online D&D community. Dude, I'm telling. It's a problem. Like not in a good way, like in a very sinister way. Fucking there's a am I just grew? Yeah. Yeah. Nah, dude. I think sorry. I fucking hit my mic. Not sure if that was heard or not. But I'm telling you, dude, like we can talk about it in the Discord or something, but fucking it seems like there's nonstop issues with DMs. It seems like every now and then, a prominent D&D creator kind of gets outed as like some sort of fucking creature, and it's crazy, dude. Crazy. I think the thing that separates me from them, as far as grooming and luring you all in with cool lore and shit like that. Happily married. I actively dislike, yeah. That's I'm happily married. I actively dislike all of you. And the kiddo, right? So it's it's all ugly neckbeards. I mean, I won't say anything about the victims of those other DMs, but not entirely sure that's that's a difference. No, that's fucked up. Jesus, that's being quite rude. But yeah. So, I don't know what it is, man. Maybe it's like I don't know, maybe it's just creators in general, right? If you're like online, if you try to build like that cult of personality around you, like it's always going to be fucking.
It's like a curse, but there is
hope I don't know
for you yet.
Yeah, the power trip, right? Yeah, just like. What up, Nick? Glad to have you. How you doing, dude? How you living? Hope the weather's all right, even though you're Dutch. Yeah, cult of personality. Yeah, it's it's kind of funny when my little icon looks like a cult, character. But yeah, I think I'm doing a bad job on that end. If my end goal is to build something like that up, even though I'm Dutch. Yeah, dude, that's the new thing, dude. We're keeping the Dutch hate rolling. No, I'm just even though I'm Dutch. Yeah. No, it's all good, dude. You're still, I'm just kidding. I was gonna say you're still accepted here, but I'm just fucking around. I call a mod. Yeah, can't even handle roleplay flirting. Yeah, dude, I'm gonna have to write it in the fucking Discord. The shit yeah, it's crazy. You just stumble. Yeah, now it kind of sounds like you're testing the waters, right? Like you're like egging me on, like you can't even do that, pussy. Like okay, let's relax, dude. Yeah. You couldn't if you wanted to. What? I don't know. No. Yeah. I bet you can't even groom me, dude. And let's see. No, that's what the fuck? Dude, where is it? There you go. Jesus Christ. Political intrigue. Yeah. Jumped on stream to read the grooming talk. Good job, everyone. Yeah. Sorry, dude. Jesus Christ. This is why the cult of personality shit is just not working out, I can't even I'm not enough of a piece of shit. Maybe that's the thing, Maybe I just gotta be a worse person. Okay. Yeah, we're small. Yeah, the we get things done, dude. That's what it is. All cults start small and low. Nice, dude. Now, so we're building up. Now we just got to start franchising Ekros, dude. That's what it is. We don't seem capable of expanding. Yeah, maybe I gotta man up. I gotta fucking just start harassing people. Maybe I gotta respond to DMs more often. Like that's what it is. I just, I deny the love. No, dude. How we even got to this topic? We're talking about fucking weather and shit, and then we're jumping into fucking cult activity, other DMs and everything. But yeah. It's a problem, dude. It's a real problem. All right. Sorry about the yawn. I'm been a long day. Quite, I want to say under the weather, although sometimes it fucking feels that way. Yeah, it's been a long day, so stream's bugging the fuck out. Looks like everything's good on my end, so it's just your UK issues. Sorry though, dude. Yeah. So yeah, the post-Brexit internet. You should have. Yeah. You shouldn't have voted out, dude. Don't panic. I'm sort of here. I'm glad to have you here, dude. I know it's the one day of the week that you are I don't know. Out of commission. Sorry. I was trying to think of a way to phrase it without I don't know. All right. Spoken for, indeed. Indeed. All right. Gonna get some fucking chill music going, nothing crazy. Okay. So I guess this will mostly be about organizing my thoughts as far as how Callisto goes. There'll be some stuff involved. So I guess on the nose, Callisto is essentially I think its original intention is just like a political intrigue type of game. But sorry. But we're going to be adding some wargamey elements to it to kind of help, I don't know, to add like another layer of it. For now, I'm thinking that this run of Callisto is essentially the test run for like the larger scope political intrigue game that I've been thinking about, like the Leaders of Ekros type stuff. So this is like the beta test. Or the alpha test, I guess, if you will, right? To kind of get things in line. And then from there, we'll, you know, if it works out really well, then we can expand it to like the entire setting, right? Or entire continent, you know, something like along those lines. Why are you here, Ram? You expressed carnal derision earlier. Or were you salty from losing fuel gauge roulette? Oh yeah. Ram hates non-humans, so the idea of having to play as an orc really gets under his skin. No. But yeah, so this will be like the test run. I'm not entirely sure how successful this will be, right? It's very player driven, so if players aren't giving much to it, it's probably not going to be something we adopt for further play. Now, so to kind of give an overview of what Callisto is, essentially, it's based on, rather, in some sense, it's a play-by-mail game, right? You know, back in the day, those games were a real thing, right? But in this case, it'll be, you know, is it in cycles or rounds or a perpetual game with people swapping out? So the idea is that for it to be a perpetual game. Now, I'm going to start this with like this small kind of regional based test run. The reason it's in, you know, the reason it's in Karth and dealing with the orcs rather than like somewhere like Locke that we've kind of fleshed out a lot of, I think what happens in this game kind of fleshes out a lot itself, right? People play characters that are prominent, so all the political intrigue stuff will kind of fuel a feeling of its own, right? And I don't want to put it somewhere that's going to have, I don't know, I feel like there's, I guess maybe like some serious implications as far as what's happening like in the coming campaigns, and I guess it would feel weird putting something like this, which is just like a prototype, and kind of, you know, running it through and having it like, you know, kind of spit out potential like major lore information. It's probably best to put in an area where we haven't done a ton of work, so we can kind of just see how it plays out, right? So essentially, yeah, we're trying to keep it localized just for the intent of testing it, and then if it works, then it's good for the setting, and then we can kind of expand like to the full continent or the full setting itself, right? So the way Callisto plays is that however many players you have, ideally you want a larger number of players, but it doesn't, you know, there's no set number. Because it's player driven, I guess the more players there are, the more opportunity for action kind of creates itself. But everybody plays a prominent person of note, right? You'll be like, the example that the book gives is like a baron or a king or an admiral, a mercenary captain, something along these lines. But no matter what, the goal is to play a character that is important. And so I was thinking with the orcs, if we did something very clan based, kind of like daimyo, like, you know, like Japanese feudalism style, right? With the clans and shit like that, like there'd be some fun intrigue there with, you know, like maybe like the orcs are very honorable, or they're focused on honor, right? So like this is like a huge thing you kind of play out. This music is fucking sucks. Okay, so to kind of give a bit of an overview, Callisto, right? You play prominent characters of note in this region, and you know, you pick who you are, the leader of a, you know, a military. For instance, I think Chris was saying he wanted to play like a kind of like a tax man, essentially, like the tax man for one of these orc regions. Yeah, like customs guy. Right. So you don't have to play the military leader. That's just one role you could play. So everybody controls one, you know, a person of prominent note. Like I think even in my post I said some like, you know, a mediator between rival clans. You can be like a mercenary captain. So I mean, technically, if you were, you know, you could probably Ram, you could probably play like a human mercenary captain, right? And deal with stuff like that, or like a courtesan, right? Like a you know, just somebody who is in a position of power, right? So that's kind of the idea. The players are going to play these characters, and then there's me, who's, you know, in this game it's called a referee, right? Basically I'm a facilitator. I read the mail, I extract elements of note, and then I make those public, right? So essentially the way it works is that everybody, right? What do the players do? Well, they act by sending letters written in character to each other. You'll have like enabler. I'm the enabler. There you go. So you make your character and you have a limited number of people that you know, right? People that you can contact. We're gonna keep saying mail, but it's probably messages, right? You can send letters written in character to other, you know, you can send messages to in character. Yeah, and I'm basically the post office. All right. All mail that you send has to be referred to me for it to be valid. So if you send a message to somebody and I don't get a copy of it, it's not real. Interpretive dance. Players may say anything you like within the mail, right? You may even share your contact list with others, but again, you have to think about this, right? You're sharing the list of people that you know and have the ability to contact with others, which you're kind of extending the power of another player, right? Only exception to the letter is that a player always sends a mail to the referee, right? You always send a message to me so that I'm aware. Players may announce that they're changing location, right? So I'm building out a map specifically for this, right? Clarification of the rules, stuff like that. The intention, I guess, of this is, right, the referee, which would be me, would receive all mail, and in reading the mail, identify statements that fall within the player's narrative authority. This, I think, is something we're actually going to kind of take away from. It's the intention of the game is to kind of give players absolute control and authority over certain things, which you're probably going to kind of remove. I like the communication aspect. I'm not entirely sure. I like giving people like absolute authority over a single topic and then just the player just being like, okay, well, this is what's happening. Yeah. So we're removing that part. Sounds like a lot of extra work. I don't think it's I don't know. We'll have to see how it plays out. I don't think it'll be too bad. Essentially though, the intent here would be that if a player has narrative authority over a political condition, right, then a letter reads like, you know, whatever it says, and then I will identify that, you know, and then that'll be like included in what is considered like the I thought it was authority over something in their domain, like a special skill. No, like for instance, right, for example, if a player has narrative authority over the political condition of a country's people, then a letter that reads, "Good day, my friend Aloysius. I have noticed that the rabble outside my window cry for representation. Are we at risk of democratizing? What shall we do about this ghastly turn of events?" Then the referee will identify that the rabble are indeed desirous of democracy. When that fact is established, I post a news article in a public space to all the players, describing the new fact as though it were a news article or the period, right? So, and the idea is that, and then play is kind of built from this. Players send each other letters in character, and then I read them, and then I write news. Let's see, it says, yeah, there's one part of the rules is like, players may never communicate with each other out of character, except to clarify existing communication. You know, you cannot strategize about the game rules in email with each other. You can certainly bargain about character actions, but you cannot explain how you will manipulate the rules with each other. So, send each other messages in character, right, talking about this stuff. I think we're going to kind of remove that whole absolute authority over their domain sort of thing, and actually just make it that you message each other in character for the purpose of a game, and then from there, yeah, it allows you to, the idea here is more of like a war game with some political intrigue, right? Like, for instance, Chris was suggesting like resources, right? And initially it was like, well, what if we do like, you know, lumber, iron, coal, like, you know, and I was thinking to simplify that, what if we just did like resources? What if it just said resources, right? No specific thing, you use however you wish, right? Yeah, gotta make sure it doesn't get too unhinged. So you guys will create characters, and then we can have like a big game going. Let's see. I'm kind of I take great offense that you parked your army on my lawn. Get that shit out of here, or we'll dispatch the midden man to shit in thine drawer. There we go. So, I'm working on the map now. I don't have it finished, so I can't like reveal it, unfortunately. But there will be regions, right? Yeah, it doesn't have to be an Excel sheet, right? Just more narrative and single scale. Exactly. Right. So powers, contacts, etc. Right. So, characters move when the player sends a move order to the referee. A move order is a clear statement of the location that the character will move to. That's it. Do not expect your move to be interpreted from a letter to another player. You might be lying, right? So, let's see. So, here's the part that kind of touches on why you only know a limited number of people at first, right? So one way to extend your influence is to meet new people, right? There are two ways to meet new people. If a character you're communicating with volunteers the contact information for a character that they know, you may add this character to your contact list. In addition, anytime your character is in the same location as another character, The referee, me, will inform you of this and give you both or all, as there certainly could be more than one or two of you, each other's contact information. Of course, you might not want to be found. No problem. Indicate this in your move order. However, in the spirit of not keeping track of things, if someone subsequently enters the region, they will get to add you as a contact. If you're hiding, keep moving. Right. We send a letter to, so the letters that you send to other characters, other players, we could say, right, are in character political intrigue, right? You're vying, maybe you're making like trade agreements, right? Because we're going to have like resources, we're going to have some of these things involved. Maybe you're trying to mediate the stopping of a war or something along those lines. I'm going to come up with situations that kind of have an effect on everybody that, have pulls the play in a certain direction. Once that's kind of set up, then it'll be a lot easier to dibs on Orc Robin Hood to rob from to rob from Chris Taxman. That's good, dude. That's good. See, dude, that's it. Dude, the layers are already being built. We got the tax guy, we got the customs and tax guy, we've got the Robin Hood-esque character, right? So that's how you meet new people, right? You could tell me you're helping me rob a bank, but secretly move to the sheriff to get a reward. Exactly. You can, yeah, you have to, that's the political intrigue part, right? So, meeting new people, right? You have to be in the same place, or somebody has to offer you up players or characters that they have on their contact list, because you will only start with the select few, right? To branch out, you kind of have to ask. So the people that you know are a currency in the sense, right? I'll give you the contact information for the taxman of Ilgrad if you give me 2 resources, something along those lines, right? There is a topic on mediation. Because the bulk of Callisto is a freeform kind of role-playing game, there will occasionally be times when the referee has to step in, right? Must mediate, invent, and extrapolate, right? Let's say a character wants to explore off the map, but has no fleet, right? Can they do that? What if they assume they can't? Should you intercede? The rule of thumb here is yes and no in that order, right? If they have sent a letter indicating that they are sailing with a good commercial trader around the South Horn, then there is no good reason to stop the narrative and say no, right? Avoid saying no unless a rule is broken. Yeah. So, taxman sounds like an ominous euphemism. Yeah. So, here is one part of the game. Etiquette. Do not send messages to people not in your contact list, right? I should be the one keeping track of characters' contact list, but generally this should not be policed, right? This is all in good fun. Right? This constantly refers to email, but we're not going to be using email because we're not, this is not 20 years ago, right? Don't CC a bunch of other characters because they will all see the CC list and might be tempted to add it to their contacts, right? Stuff like that. Another thing is that assert your actions, right? Whenever you're speaking with each other or you're wanting to do something, message me and, tell me that you're gonna do something. Yeah. So basically what I'm trying to do is remove the actionable power part away from messages to each other and more towards messages towards me, whereas the character stuff stays put, and the trade and the political intrigue and all that stuff stays put in messages with each other. I'm probably not going to step in on that stuff, but like military orders, stuff like that, probably best if it comes to me, right? That's how it works. So whenever you talk to me, assert your action, right? Things can bog down if everyone is saying things like, I wonder if I should, with your permission, I might, right? I need stuff to be able to make news out of, right? I need you to say, You know, I need, yeah, Ram, I need you to say like, me and my, you know, band of merry men are attacking, you know, the next shipment heading towards Chris the Taxman, right? And then boom, I can include that in the what we'll call like the town square, essentially. So moving on, pacing. So you'll find that there is an enormous amount of traffic early in the game, but that it tapers off over time. If you want to avoid this boom, set a limit on the number of missives that may be sent per day, right? 2 or 3 is still a lot of mail if you have a dozen players. Decide how much mail you're willing to sift through in a day and set the limit accordingly, but be aware that the pace will change over time. As referee, you'll find that some actions require a delay before responding, right? For example, raising an army or building a fleet. This should be based on the message rate and not the real passage of time unless these correlate, because you're using a pacing mechanism as described. Another thing it suggests is that keep lead in the water, and this will be something that if this kind of takes off and people start enjoying this, we'll do. You'll find that a fairly large percentage of players show less enthusiasm than the rest, right? This can slow the game down tremendously, as a certain amount of interaction is necessary, and if half the players are not responding, right, then there's almost no interaction. Or only interaction in some minor subset of the players. This stalls the game and is frustrating for the enthusiastic ones, so rotate out non-participating players, which will be something that we do, right? If you sign up, you find that it's not as fun as you thought, or not something you'd be as interested in, yeah, we'll probably just cycle you out and try to get some fresh blood in, right? It says don't fire them, but periodically, before there's a problem with the whole game, ask if anyone wants to withdraw, right? Replace them with new players, new characters, etc. And yeah, that'll be the way we take care of it. Cool, man. Well, have a go on, dude. Yeah, I'm basically kind of going through it, and then we're gonna go through like some of the actual rule stuff that I'll be like kind of putting in. So let's see. Fulfilling the gaps. Tenants are short statements, facts about the setting, axioms if you like. Okay, yeah. Map just needs to evoke and places. Okay, so yeah, that's basically an overview of how the game is run, right? Players talk to each other in character. You know, they scheme with each other, they trade with each other, they lie to each other, right? The whole thing. And behind the scenes, they're, you know, making orders to me, essentially, that will play out, right? So. Right. Let me move to the... here we go. Sorry about that. Let me take a sip of water, and then I'll be good to go. Okay. All right. So. All right. How about that? Here we go. There we are. Okay. So we know how to play, right? That's kind of taken care of, right? And actually, I'll just quickly write this stuff down so we are aware, right? How to play. Right. Step 1 is create a character. Communicate with your limited contact list. This is intrigue. Well, we do. I missed it. Should be fun. Yeah, we know how to play roughly. Like and I'm kind of like breaking it down in a simple fashion, and then kind of going from there. Right. Communicate. Communicate with your limited contact list. Let's just do intrigue, trade. You know, mediation. Yeah, communication and Karth. Yeah, Karth orc only. Yeah. So communicate with your limited contact list, right? In character, I should say, right? In. There should be intrigue. There should be trade. There should be mediation. Yeah, and just sharing information, right? 3. Communicate with the referee, which should be movement, military action, spying, I guess, right? And I guess one question is like, should we allow for like assassination attempts, right? Should that be something that we can do, right? If you're a particular type of character, you have the ability to have like an assassin. Right. Oh, right, yeah. Clarification of rules. Thank you. But yeah, yeah, I think assassin, right? Cool. Yeah, and I mean, you know, in the daimyo era, right? If we're trying to put this in like a feudal Japan style of, you know, where loyalty, you know, and stuff like that matters, I think yeah, assassins absolutely fit, right? You know, trying to knock somebody off. Yeah. So, you create a character, you communicate with the players, speaking to allies, I dispatch a covert force against enemy. You just have to do it in a way that you're communicating to another PC. No, so for like assassinations and stuff, I think you just communicate with me. I think we're keeping like military stuff and, you know, like attacks against each other. I think we're keeping that kind of covert. I think the players have to find out in the newsletter. You know, like maybe they're talking to you friendly and then suddenly they're being attacked by your forces. You know, they're going to contact you and be like, what the fuck? You know? And then from there, right? Like that's part of the political intrigue, I think. Or you could say, I'm planning to attack. You could tell another player, I'm planning to attack, but I need X, Y, Z to do it, right? I need you to help facilitate a sure win against this, you know, against this character. Yeah, I think that's like one of the rules that we're changing, right? The game suggests that players have a lot more, the game suggests that players would have a lot more narrative control, but I think I just want to keep in the speaking in character and the intrigue portion of it rather than, you know, yeah, everyone chooses king, right? Yeah. So, you create a character, you communicate, you know, with your limited contact list in character, right? Which is intrigue, it's the trade, it's the, you know, mediation, the sharing information, etc. From then on, right, you communicate with the referee as far as your personal movement, your military actions, spying, clarification of rules, assassinations, etc. And then 4 is check for resolution in the, I don't know, town square, right? Newsletter. Yeah. This is kind of the, how would you say it? This is kind of the game's yeah, I would say this is kind of the game's cycle of play, right? You communicate with the people you talk to me, the war game is kind of through me, and the role play is through you and the other players. And then we get weekly posts of clarification of what happened in the... Yeah. Will the newsletter be in a regular interval or whenever you feel like enough has happened? Yeah, ideally it'd be week to week, like one post a week. But I guess it does depend on the amount of activity, right? That's going to be a pretty deciding factor. Yeah. I mean, ideally it'd be great if it were, one a week. Or rather, ideally it'd be great if it was, a lot more active than that. But I guess we'll have to see, right? We'll have to wait and see. And this might be something that I open up to people outside of the Discord, to bring in some kind of like new faces who might be, involved in the political intrigue portion, and then maybe they get involved in campaign stuff or whatever else. Yeah, that might be a thing that happened. Yeah. Let me see. Damn. I think I need to step away for 1 second. Sorry about that. Yeah, give me a minute. I'll be right back. I have to step away and help my wife with something and the kiddo. So, sorry about that. Give me a minute. All right, sorry about that. Let's see. Sorry about that. So we get to make up our own commercials now. I don't know what that is. Oh yeah, because I'm stepping away. Try Death now. It's free for your first try. Tired of Unhinged? Joins the deranged folks at only Ekros. Yeah. Contact Beef for a sample. Fair enough. Right. So sorry I had to step away. I'm back now. And yeah. Don't slanderize me. Right. So, thank you. And right, so we have that taken care of. Yeah, I think the intention of Callisto in general is actually not to... We don't want to become like a combat simulation, right? Did I come in at a good or bad time? You came in at a solid time. Actually, you came back in the perfect time because I just got back from having to step away for a second. Stupid Swedish sandwich. Good stuff, dude. Yeah, I think generally Callisto kind of wants to step away from the combat simulation aspect of it, but I think we're going to kind of lean into it. I want to lean into the war gamey aspect of it, right? The map will have, you know, power centers potentially that grant like a bonus, stuff like that. So right, so 50 minutes in and we've taken care of roughly like the gameplay loop, right? You create a character, you communicate with the limited contact list that you have, you know, and that's in character, obviously. Then you communicate with me as far as the movements, the military actions, spying, stuff like that. Also, I mean, spying could come from roleplay as well. I don't want to say that it's, you know, I don't want to say that it more like spying might be like I potentially might share a piece of another, you know, I'll look at the map where you are, stuff you might, you know, be able to come across, and maybe I'll share like snippets that you get out of other people's messages, right? So, but I think spying is also like something you can do in character, right? You can ask, like, hey, you and me, like, we're good friends, right? You know, so if so-and-so was planning anything against me, you tell me, right? You know, stuff like that. Kind of where the intrigue portion of the game comes from. And then we check for resolutions in the town square and the updating map, right? All right, so we've got how to play kind of taken care of, thankfully. So, I guess we'll list out custom rules, I guess. I'm not entirely sure how to phrase this best, right? Yeah, spies will be a great character too. Everyone just thinks they're just attachment. Exactly, dude. I mean, you are free to create. Oh, you know what? Before we get into like custom rule stuff, we should actually come up with so in this game, sorry, I'm taking a look at something really quick. Yeah, so an example of a character in this type of game would be like, you know, here's an example Callisto character, and I'm taking this directly from the book, right? You have the rebel Angus Fees. His allegiance is to the people, right? His location is in wherever it is. His goal is to find a land for their people. The family that he has is a partner and a daughter. Finances, getting by. Popular support, strong, right? You know, do they have an army? No. Do they have a fleet? No. And their narrative authority, which in this case was probably not going to be the case, but their narrative authority would be something like describe the political condition of the people at their location and describe the crime rate. They have contacts with the Baron Lieb of Kingsley, Don Barry Fortuna, and Admiral Sigmund Vaist. So, I guess what we should do then is an example Ekros Callisto character, right? Because in this case, these traits, right, these things, you know, their goal, their finances, their popular support, this is just stuff. Yeah, let's do Tibbs. Exactly. let's do perfect, dude. Their name, Tiberius Ward, right? We'll do this the living version of Tiberius Ward, right? This is an example of what to expect. So in this case, his location, let's say he's in Ilgrad for some reason, right? What is his goal? I think a goal is a good one, right? I think that's a solid one to have, because it's probably something that can change, right? If you fail or if you succeed, your goal updates, right? You know, so for instance, maybe it's find a home for the Rose Company, right? Family, right? 18 children, right? 18 children. He doesn't count any of the spouses, right? He doesn't have any of those. He just has a bunch of kids out there. All named Val. Yeah, Valencia, Valerie, Valerian, Valerius, right? He's not very creative. Finances. This will be stuff that you decide, by the way. Also, what the hell? Whoops. Yeah, we'll say wealthy, right? Popular support. Let's say weak. Yeah, and then army. Fleet. Wait, why is this suddenly going? Yeah. Army. Fleet. Okay. So, how many people do you have signed up for this? So right now, I think we have 9 people to go. We have 7 who have reacted to the post. But there's plenty of room. Yeah, like the goal of this is to have as many as we can, really. Rather than anything else. We have 7 reacted to the post and 2 that haven't reacted but have confirmed their interest, right? So I guess in this instance, maybe we take away popular support, because if we're going with something that's more kind of like feudal Japanese, I mean, popular support matters, but nobody's going to be playing the king, right? Nobody's going to be playing the top tier. The idea here is that I will probably be the the top tier, right? So I'm not entirely sure popular support works with everybody, although maybe it does. I don't know. Yeah, popular doesn't matter for a captain of a free company. It kind of does, but but it would for the leader of a clan. Yeah, but that's what I was thinking. Like, if we go, I'm trying to kind of capture the essence of something like yeah, faction support, maybe clan support. I was thinking, what if it was just something like honor, right? The more honorous you are, then yeah, like the more honor you have or are seen to have, maybe that would be more interesting, right? Okay. Family, I think matters. Finances, I think matters. Goal matters. Location obvious, name obvious. Army and fleet. I don't know if fleet matters because we're not going to be doing much in the realm of naval combat, right? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm taking a look at the regional map that I've got going. Yeah, I think transport a blockade. Oh, transport. Yeah, in what essence, right? Like, depends on the map. Yeah, the map is very... I mean, there are... Obviously, it has some coastline to it, but I don't know if that... Like, how important is that? I don't know. Let me see. This isn't on the stream, right? Oh! Fuck. It is on the stream. Oh, shit. Okay. Damn. Okay, well, you get a sneak peek at the regional map for this area. I haven't finished it just yet, but yeah. So this is the regional map for... So, obviously we have places that are along the coast, and this is going to break down into more locations, right? There's going to be a lot more options here as far as, you know, what where you can settle, right? These aren't, you know, all the big ones. Like Almas is not even going to be in the game, right? Like, so this is just a regional map. So I mean, we have, damn, I guess we do have to include like a navy, right? Or something along those lines. Because there's a whole stretch of ocean all the way around. There's even, you know, some river stuff on the interior, right? Yeah, I think we kind of have to, yeah, you could sail around the coast. So yeah, I think we need to include some stuff like that. So I guess, yeah. All right, I'm gonna close this shit out. Didn't want that open. Jeez. Okay. So then I guess fleet does. Yeah. Just zoom in and don't include the coast. It's too there, you know? And I guess like being the power, right? Like if somebody wants to take on like a fleet commander style character, right? In essence, I mean, they probably have a lot of say over trade and stuff like that. Yeah, it would be limited, but niche influence. And maybe somebody wants to play that though, you know? Maybe somebody wants to be like the niche admiral, you know? And, you know, you make friends with them, maybe you get resources faster. I don't know. Yeah, we'll say fleet. We'll say fleet matters. So, army, that's just like a general term. Honor, right? How much honor does your character have? How much are they seen to have? Is there any traits that might be interesting to add like another layer? Coastal raiders, yeah, right? You know, you could be like a coastal raider. You know, you could technically be like maybe a Helosian human like raider, and you're attacking the coast, right? That's a big thing. So yeah, I don't want to take away. Yeah. Vikings in Europe raiding Paris. Yeah. And we have the Viking analog right next door, right? So it kind of makes sense that we would have something going like that, right? I think. But any other traits? Let's try and think. I think we got it all though. I think that's kind of, as far as the stuff that we're gonna be playing, I think that kind of matters, right? Like, you know, a trait on like how many people you know doesn't make sense because we're gonna start with a limited number from the very beginning. You know. Also fun to add stuff when needed. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we may run into something where it's like, oh wait, you know, maybe this will be interesting to include in the game, right? So maybe we should add this as another trait for the character. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Yeah, now to have everyone have everything. Oh yeah, right? Yeah. Well, like for instance, you know, with Tiberius Ward, you know, we'll say his honor is low. We'll say his army. Army is just a yes or no, right? We'll say he has an army, but he doesn't have a fleet, right? So he's kind of gridlocked. He's kind of landlocked, I should say. Right. So this is like an example character. Okay. All right. So 3. So like rules and what to expect, right? So yeah, he has to find a friend with he has to find a friend with a fleet, right? Who's able to, yeah, exactly. That's 100% it. So some of the things we changed are, yeah, players don't have narrative authority. Yeah, that's a big one, right? Players do not have narrative authority. Casket comes to mind. Players do not have narrative authority, right? I'll just put my name. Players must relay their actions to Trill, who will resolve. Okay, so players do not have narrative authority. We'll say like custom rules, maybe. Custom rules and power centers, right? There will be locations on the map that if you control, it's still working with you to fill out the character and details. Yeah, exactly. So there'll be locations on the map that if you control will supply a boon, right? Something like that. Jeez, this music is so low. I can't hear it at all. Okay. Right. So we got the custom rules. Yeah, so if I'm the Baron of a town, we can flesh out some. Yeah, exactly. And this offers like another chance to kind of world build the region, you know, without having to like, you know, potentially do like a long, you know, oh, this is the prompt for the week. Although that's fun, right? At times. Yeah. Oh, right. We'll add one more. Resources. Sorry. So like finances are one thing if you're wealthy. Actually I don't think you get to decide how wealthy you are. I think finances are like another resource. You can trade finance for resources, right? Maybe that's like a fun way to do it. I want this to be like simple, but yeah. Like maybe there's a base level of finance. Like every week that goes by, your character earns 1 finance, right? 1 finance token. And you can say, hey, I want to, I am willing to part with 2, for 1 resource, right? A resource could be like an army, right? Something. I don't know. We'll see. Custom rules and what to expect. So we know that players do not have narrative authority. We also know that there will be power centers in the game, right? Specific locations on the map that if you control will kind of supply a boon, right? Or a bonus, whatever. Is there anything else? I mean, I think we kind of got that set. Can players order takeaway? Yeah. Yeah. Feel free, you know? Are you a salt and pepper chicken kind of guy? You know? What's your takeaway of choice? Players are usually self-limit anyway if you're worried about imbalance or power creep. Yeah, and yeah, murder a Chinese. But Jesus Christ. Yeah. What else? I'm trying to think before, like, because I want this to kind of be maybe like what to kind of expect. Yeah, maybe not. We'll just say like custom rules, right? What to expect is a little weird. Yeah. Obviously, you can only ever control 1 character, so that's that. I don't know if that's a custom thing though. I think that's kind of what the game explicitly tells you to do, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. If you are in a military conflict, win or lose, you may choose to be killed in battle. Just send the referee a move order to hell. Right. Okay. I think we kind of wrap that up then, right? Because until we have like details on the map, what the benefits are, right? Like what I'm thinking is the way the battles and stuff might play out. I'm thinking, oof. Until we have a map, right? I don't know if there's much more we can do here, right? Until we have the map. Oh, sorry. What I went on the whole thing. So I think like if a location, a power center is considered like a fort, right? Or then it'll have a bonus, right? We don't need like formal rules for battle, right? Like players need to roll or anything. It's all narrative. So the way that's gonna work is, I guess this is like a custom rule, right? Referee Trill will war game the result. So yeah, the way this will work, you can make the decisions, but like you can make the decisions where the army goes, who they attack, all of that. But I'm gonna be the one that plays it out. I'm gonna play it out like straight. I'm not gonna cheat anybody. I think I've proven plenty enough, and obviously role-playing games like this are built on a lot of trust anyways, but I'm gonna play it out. I'm just gonna play like a regular war game against myself on both sides, you know, trying to win, you know, no matter what. Whoever wins wins. And then that'll be like the news that comes out, right? You know, general. Chris was talking about tenets. Huh? No, we did talk about tenets, like tenets of the game, but how that works out is yeah, up to the players to prepare, but the way it plays out is just kind of how it plays out. Use Epic Battle Simulator. Yeah. Yeah, tenets would be like short misstatements of facts about the setting, right? So like, you know, can't contradict them to play, right? Oh yeah, tenets was in the PDF. Yeah, it's like, but I think we know the tenets of the setting already, right? Like everybody involved, maybe not everybody involved, but I guess I could write up like a tenants expectation, you know? Yeah, roughly like yeah, like in the example they give is like roughly like a 17th century Europe, but a fictional world, right? Yeah, setting rules and limitation. Okay. That's probably something we should work out then. Setting rules and limitations. Right? Let's do it. Heading 3. Limitations. I'm trying to think, right? Like this would this is obviously for the people who kind of join. And like I said, I might put this out there as a post and see if we get any interested parties that want to play, you know, get involved in the community through this way rather than, you know, just playing in the Pathfinder campaigns. So setting rules and limitations. Yeah, I guess it's like what, like medieval fantasy. The caveat, right? No gunpowder. No gunpowder. Power. Jesus, powder. What the fuck? I looked away while I was typing it and came out all fucked up. Medieval fantasy, no gunpowder. I'm trying, like, what fucking limitations would there be? I have this, I mean, because I know Ekros, it's really weird to kind of extrapolate that to describe it to like an unknown person, right? Like if somebody was freshly new coming in, right? All ale houses can spontaneously expand. Yeah, taverns are combustible. That's a good one, right? Taverns are combustible. Combustible. Whoops. What else? Messages are delivered by Wang Ao. No, dude. No. No god. Oh yeah, no gods. Right, thank you. Thank you for getting us back on track. We'll remove taverns that are combustible, even though it's funny. No gods. Magic. Actually, yeah, I'll just add that as a separate one. Magic exists, but is fairly limited. Yes, thank you for gudgeoning the spindle or whatever. Oh yeah, single plane of reality, thank you. Yeah, death is final. Yeah, there ain't no coming back, as they say in the hit film The Crow. Okay. I think that's pretty good though, right? Medieval fantasy, no gods, magic exists, but it's fairly limited. Single plane of reality, and death is final. I think that works. I think that's yeah. Oh yeah, the pith helmet. Why is the crow in a pith helmet? A one-liner? Yeah, we won't even discuss that kind of stuff, right? Oh, but there, fuck, I did have an idea though. That made me think of something, and I had the thought and then I lost it in that instant. Holy fuck. Damn. Is this where you slip up and give us one small lore nugget? No. It wasn't a rule, it was a custom rule. No, not Wang Owls. Fuck, dude. That sucks so much. Not gnomes. Man, this is really kind of fucking me up. I've lost interest. Yeah, I've lost interest. Sorry. Damn, man. I had just thought of it. I was like, oh fuck, that'd be good to add. And then I was like, it just fucking flew away from my mind. Okay. I don't think it was setting. I think it was custom rule stuff that I thought would be cool. Questioning. Death is fairly final. Yeah, I did the resources thing. So, I think, the way it's gonna work is we're gonna have like finances and resources, right? And I think depending on where you are on the map, you'll either get, you know, more resources or finances, right? Or like maybe there's a bare minimum. One a week, you earn one token, right? One check mark of finances and one check mark of resources or something along those lines, right? If you're in a special location, a power center, maybe you get like, you know, 2 tokens of finance or 2 tokens of resource, right? For your character, right? I think finance would be like the big one. So like, you know, you're a customs and tax kind of guy. Okay, every week you get 2 tokens of finance. And, you know, the way it works is you trade for resources, right? You know, I trade these to these. So what we're probably going to want are people who have resources, right? And they're willing to part with them. And maybe it's just like a 1-for-1. I don't know. I don't want to get too hard on the like, I don't want to get too hard. Jesus Christ, what the fuck am I saying? I don't want to go too hard. Special skills. What do you think? Like, what? You'd have to shoot me an example. Are you doing the force if a traded resource is pulled? How do you mean? Like, forced degradation. Forced degradation? Yeah, I'll need you to... Is it like if you have 16 finances or you're wealthy, but when you move and get robbed, you're just doing well? No, I think it's like, I think we're gonna track the finances. Yeah. An army uses 1 resource point. It's all resource points are in use, and a traded point is pulled, and the army lacks a resource. Yeah, we'll probably do something like that, right? Like if you overextend or something, then you'll get fucked, right? Like if you start to lose out, you know. I'll take that into consideration whenever I'm doing like the wargaming part. What up? Damn, there was a fucking custom rule. Anything groundbreaking? Yeah, a trade partner can screw someone if they overreach. Exactly. At this point, groundbreaking, I mean, we've got it figured out, the rough, you know, how to play. We've got an example of a character, right? And stuff that they might have available to them. We're setting some rules and limitations. And then we're doing custom rules, right? Oh, wargame the results. I'm almost 100% sure the idea that I had was in reference to custom rules and not anything else. But it popped up in my brain and then it slipped so fast. I was like, let me think. Fuck. Death is final. All right. Check for resolution. Damn. It must not have been that amazing of an idea if I can't even fucking recall it, and I've been thinking about it for like 10 minutes now. I think that might be it, man. Is there any other potential ideas? Special skill. Force degradation takes X more turns for your piece's forces. Force cost, half the resource, etc. Come up with some more. Yeah. Yeah, I think for now, I think we're probably chilling because I don't want it to get too crazy. Let me think. All right, I'm gonna go over it from top to bottom, and then once we're at the bottom, that might be it for tonight. So how to play. We create a character. You communicate limited contact list in character, right? To grow that contact list is all social stuff. You communicate to me specifically your military actions and such, and then from there resolutions will come out in the town square newsletter. If you're building a character, here's an example of a Ekros character, right? Name, location, right? The goal of that character, their family or important people, right? Their finances will not be something you decide. It'll be something that is decided, right? Like, you know, week to week. Same with resources. Honor, I'm allowing the players to decide. Are you a high honor character or are you a low honor character, right? That'll play out. Do you have an army? Do you have a fleet? Easy as that. Beyond that, the setting rules and limitations are that this is a medieval fantasy that has no gods. Magic does exist, but it is very limited. It's a single plane of reality, and death is final. Yeah, absolutely. And then custom rules. Players do not have narrative authority, right? You have to relay your actions to me, and I will be the one to resolve. There will be power centers in the game, right? Locations on the map that, if you control, will, you know, supply a boon, essentially. And third is that I will war game. Yeah. Power level of a playable character? I don't know, man. Power level? I think, like, I don't know if I don't know if power level matters much. It might matter in like an assassination attempt or something, but I kind of want to play this more. Yeah. Yeah. Honor is a resource? Yeah, I think so. I think honor being like a, maybe not a resource, but certainly if you have high honor, I want that to be something that people role play out, right? Like if you're like a high honor character dealing with a low honor character, it should probably come out, right? Yeah. And honor will probably be stuff that like I narratively throw at you, right? Right. If you have low honor, then it'll be stuff like, there's going to be stuff going on in the background that I'm like just hitting you with personally, right? So it'll be just me kind of tagging you with this, you know, and then it's like, all right, you know, what are you doing now? How are you going to respond to this? Stuff like that. So I think that'd be interesting. I'm gonna get fucked in this game. Yeah. Yeah, the it's not exactly a war game, but it's like, it's almost like war game light. Like you make decisions and then boom, you know, you just get to see what happens. You don't have to actually play the war game. You just get to feel the effects of your decision, right? The game I have planned, Wargasm. Yeah, the weekly Wargasm. Oh shit, dude. It's a stream. There we go. Yeah. Okay. So let me take a look at the PDF real quick one last time. Make sure I'm not missing anything, and I think we might be chilling out because we just kind of have to wait to. Yeah, the weekly Wargasm is a great title for the newsletter that goes out. There it is, dude. There it is. We'll have a channel, the weekly Wargasm. There it is. How is that? Goal. Wargasm Weekly. There we go, dude. Like an actual newspaper. Beef slides in insidiously. Talking about wargasms? Or you're talking about sliding in? Yeah. But yeah, like the heavy war game aspect of it is gonna be. I mean, to be honest, I'm probably getting like the benefit. I'm getting most of that out. Oh, this is what I thought of. For characters, allegiance, right? If it exists, I think this matters, right? Because I haven't decided how many. I'm thinking like maybe 7 clans, right? 7 orc clans. For instance, like if you're playing like a Robin Hood character, your allegiance is probably the people, right? You know, the people. But if you're playing like a high honor warlord style, right, you might be your allegiance might fall to the, you know, the I don't know, the clan. Pledge your allegiance to the clan. Holy fuck, dude, that's dark. that's pretty fucking grim. My bad. Am I going full Japan? I'm not going 100% Japan. Just like, I think like the way people interact with each other is probably like more, you know, the, what was it, the period, like the Japanese feudal, like Three Kingdoms War type thing, like seppuku. That, I mean, that, like something like that might actually be cool, right? What's the line of continuity from Ilgrad to Uruk? Correct. Yeah, I think what's happening in Uruk is one clan. Yeah, Japan Roman. Yeah, I think we're kind of going like that, dude. Dude, imagine like orcs fucking like sumo orcs. That'd be pretty cool. I don't know. I think there's weeb shit. Yeah, the honor shit, really. Imagine orcs fucking. Yeah, thanks a lot. I appreciate you doing that. Okay. I think we're done then. Imagine orcs fucking. Just clip that shit. Yeah. Fuck you guys. All right. I do. Shut the fuck up. Okay. I think we're good then. I guess I'll chill here for the stream. I have a fucking super early start tomorrow, unfortunately. So, oh, I guess I want to ask you guys. I'm thinking about making this a post that we, like maybe this is another route to get people into the community that might be like, you know, interested in hanging around and shit. And I think a game like this probably benefits from having, yeah, its own thing. Like as much interest as, like, as many people as we can get. Probably, like, the more the merrier, I think, in a game like this, right? Its own chat channel. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah. Yeah, the same way like GM community has its own, you know, GM anonymous stuff, right? Yeah, this will need a detailed lore dump yeah, we're gonna have to go hard with it. Otherwise I'm not playing. Do you want a test run period to bed in? The rule set mentions rotating players in and out. Yeah, but I feel like if we don't have enough people at the very start, I don't know if there's a rotating in portion, right? Like there needs to be some level of activity, or else I think it just dies prematurely, right? So yeah. What's the current sign up? Current sign up, if I count, yeah, it'll fall flat immediately, exactly. Without enough people, exactly. Like we need enough people to interact. I think we have, so we have 7 on the sign up, but then I have 1 who's not in the Discord just yet, but will join whenever we're getting going. Ram is back in, so that makes 9. I think we have 10 to start. I think I have 10 to start, because I think there's another person outside the community that might jump in, and might be even more, but yeah, might want to, yeah, we'll see if we can get people interested. But I was thinking this might be another, oh, this was something I wanted to do. Custom rules. I finally remembered this stupid ass idea. Do we do a message limit, right? I have loads of people I could recruit if you have little to no vetting process. The vetting process would just be like, if they take it serious, right? I don't know. How hard do you think we have to vet for something like this? It's a pretty, you know, wargamey kind of game. Yeah. How many, what is the message limit? I don't want to reply to 10 messages from Chris with marriage proposals or whatever. You can only message it. Yeah, the message limit is yeah, that's why it's like week to week, you know. That's why it's kind of like, I don't want it to be so limited that it kills interest, right? Like, damn, nobody's doing anything. So I think it has to be like a per day thing, right? One message per contact per week with one extra freebie they can send as a bonus. What if we just did 2 messages per contact per week and then 1 message to me direct as far as like actions that you take? Because start with 1 per week and see. Okay. 1 per contact per week, right? So you can at least talk to like one person a week. You can at least talk to your contact list. Like everybody on your contact list, you can send 1 message to a week. Like it's traveling in the mail. Okay. Here's like a second proposal. Yeah, how are we sending the messages, right? Yeah. I think it's Discord, obviously, right? You message me with the recipient and then I need to see him and then I forward it on. I don't know. I like the idea that you just contact each other. Yeah, I would prefer just I would prefer just getting like the CC, right? Actually, no, I think okay. 1 message and 1 response. I can deal with, you know, 1 message and then 1 response. Can we just make a channel for each character with 2? That's kind of crazy though, right? Like I was thinking of that too. I was thinking like, what if we did like channels, but I don't think that works. Plus, I don't know if, oh, each player, sorry, not character. Can we make a channel for each player with 2 from and postmaster approval? I feel like that gets, Yeah, I feel like that gets like unwieldy, right? Especially if you get like 15 to 20 people going. I feel like that's, you know, I feel like that is a lot. Also, unfortunately, I think there's only so many there's only so many channels you can make in Discord under a like a whatever it is. Yeah, so it's also limited by Discord itself. Okay, so message limit will be 1 message plus 1 response per week, and then one what did we say it was? 1 referee communication. Except for rules clarification, right? So you can talk to me all you want about rules clarification stuff, but 1 official, you know, movement, 1 official everything per week. You also don't want to manage all those channels. Yeah, so whoever initiates can make a group chat in Discord. Yeah, I think you just have to DM each other and then just hit me with the copy of the message. It's like telephone chess. Exactly. Yeah. Or like diplomacy, right? While playing, the players only... No, it's 1 missive. So like, if you're telling me like, I want to move here, I want to do this attack, I want to send my army there, like that all has to be in 1 communication. Don't send me like 5 messages with, you know, I want to move here, and then the next message is like, oh, by the way, I want to send my army over there, and then by the way, oh, I want to try to spy on this person, and then oh, by the way, I want to, you know, like, yeah. Beef as fuck. Yeah. Hell man, what is this? Discord bot that allows some message to users to roll. Alright. All in 1 message. Oh. Fair enough. Typically don't... Yeah. Okay. I think we're solid on this. Yeah, we'll try to... Yeah, go fuck yourself. Can we have a character creation thread for world building, please? Yeah, I think we'll do character creation after we after we get the lore for the region down, right? Like stuff like that. So I think we're good to go then. All right. Yeah, so 1 message plus 1 response per week. That's 2 messages to like each person in your contact list. And then 1 referee communication per week. Perfect. Yeah. And I'm probably pretty open for people playing this. I care a whole lot less about this than I do the like being a player in a campaign. So I'm less restrictive on, you know. Yeah. Actual lore. Yeah, no, I've done quite a bit, but I want to finish it out. At least give like a baseline for players to for players to kind of build stuff off of. I even showed the map, right? Oh, thank you. Cutoff day, right? So, cutoff day. Friday before the Lorgasm, yeah. No, not less restrictive on lore. Less restrictive on what it takes to be a player. No, the lore is still, you know, we hold that in high regard in this place, you know. Messages are sent Monday to Friday. I think that works, right? Because Wednesday tends to be people's, like, I'm not around day. It is for me. I mean, like, I'll be running Saturday evening, my time, but like Sunday, it's like hit or miss if I'm going to be around at all. So, but I can definitely do like the newsletter, and then, fuck. What if I did? I'm trying to take into account my current schedule. What if the newsletter released on Friday? And then, yeah, I think I can get it done over the weekend. I don't think the newsletter is gonna be like difficult to stay on top of, right? So it's just gonna be like, you know, yeah, the Battle of Three Stone River, right? You know, boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Because I think the reference, or sorry, the reference, I think what's happening in Ilgrad right now, like, I think we're in like a clan war period. I think that'd be pretty cool to play out, right? That way there's a lot of room for political intrigue. There's a lot of room for the, you know, the kind of quote unquote like war game. So I think yeah, we're like in the middle of the clan wars in Ilgrad. So yeah. I think that's a cool premise to build off of. But hey, you know, it's block war. Yeah, it's the block war, man. Okay. Cutoff day, yeah, we'll say Friday before the Lorgasm. And then, is Sunday or Monday better for the newsletter post? Like, what if I have the weekend to work on it, and then every Monday we drop the, like, you know, Monday morning, my time, I can drop the newsletter. Doesn't make a difference. Yeah, we'll say like Sunday, Monday, newsletter drop. Yeah, exactly. If it's posted on the weekend, I feel like people are just gonna miss it, you know? The Wednesday wargasm. Yeah, like what if what if it's posted on Wednesdays, you know? Wednesday wargasm, Friday lorgasm. Post it when I'm bored at work, I'm gonna be thinking. Exactly. Okay, yeah, so we'll do, it'll probably be like a Monday newsletter drop. Yeah, fresh on Monday. Boom. You know, you have that whole week to make your plans. The weekend, things go through. Damn, dude. I'm kind of getting excited for this shit, dude. Initially, I was like, I wonder how this is gonna play out, right? And then right? But like as we've kind of talked about it, like I think this would be pretty fucking fun. Like if we get the right amount of people, get it going, I think it'll be fucking real cool. All right. Hitting the 2 hour mark, so I guess I'm gonna call it here. If I think of anything in the meantime, I'm going to I'll obviously, like, you know, talk about it in the Discord or something. Chris, you said to post this in the recruitment thing, right? Ask AI. Alright, copy this. I'm going to throw it in the thread. I'm not going to put it under recruitment, the actual thing itself. I want to put it into the thread. The fuck is it? There we go. Oh. Okay. Cool. Alright guys, I appreciate you all hanging out. It was fun kind of getting this built out. I'm going to be working on the map. Ideally I'll have that done next week. We can kind of get an idea for stuff going on. This Friday we'll be doing the Krasny stuff. So then after that, you know, maybe there'll be a chance to kind of yeah, mess with some other stuff. So thank you all for hanging out. Hope you have a good day or a good evening, depending on where you are. I'm going to go ahead and call it for now. And we'll continue to build on this and, you know, get this stuff into play. So appreciate that. After that, gotta ride more. Yeah. So, all right, guys. Thank you all. Hope you have a good one. I'll see ya Friday for the Friday Loregasm, right? As we go over Krasny. Hope you all have a good one, and peace.